So today we met with the students of the BOP program. About 10 of them worked with TIAT over the 4-week period. And I just wanted to sit with them and gather some intel on their experience and if they were inspired and what they learned. And it was very positive. Some of them seemed very excited, and some of them even did presentation and pitched some ideas. And hopefully we're looking forward to seeing them back in this building, working as a civil servant probably, or even giving back to our economy very soon.
This year, I am proud to announce that our department was able to place exactly 100 students in the program. Today I have been on the road doing our evaluations and following up with some companies. We have good news to talk about our students. Some of them are offered part-time jobs. Some are permanently now being considered in the program. And I want to say that this program has a big impact on our youth. It should always be calculated in, factored in by every department within the government, as well as in the private sector. Don't underestimate BOP. BOP is coming out next year. We're going to be stronger than ever. Thank you.
I'm a big supporter of the BOP because I myself started in the summer job program, it was named at that time. And I got my opportunity and a foot in the door by working in the summer job program. I wanted to know how it was like working in the real world after we've done a bunch of theory in school and university. So I got that opportunity, and that was my foot in the door, and that's why I'm a big supporter of the BOP program. I try to help them as much as possible to bring the students in so they can get some real life experience and create an opportunity for themselves.
I myself was a product of the summer job program in 2000, which offered me the opportunity to organize a seminar for overseas persons who came for a statistical conference, which opened the door for me to enter government and work for government. And I've been working for government for 24 years now. So I definitely find that the summer job program, the BOP program, is an intense program for some students, but very good and a very positive experience.
My experience was overall great. I learned a lot of new things about Excel and the formulas and a lot of new things of what the Department of Statistics does. And with it being my first year with the BOP program, it was great.
My name is Ryan Bulbai, and I did the BOP program, and I got to work at the staff bureau for the TIAT department, and my experience was really nice. I got to learn a lot of new stuff that I never really knew, and the experience was good. I got to learn how to file paper, learn to use different programs that the government building uses, and I also learned how the government works together as a whole, which I didn't really know myself. So it was a really good experience, and I got a lot of insight of it that I can apply now to the real work field.
My first experience was great. I learned more about tourism, economic affairs, and about filing. And working with my nice colleagues, it was a great time and lots of fun, and I get to learn more about what it was because I didn't know what it actually did mean. And now I went through the filing and I learned a lot more.
My name is Michaela Cooks, and this is my first time doing the BOP program. I was placed in the Minister of TIAT cabinet, and what I learned there was basically overall what TIAT means, entities that collaborate with TIAT, and also a lot of teamwork. I worked alongside my colleague with various tasks such as filing and also mock campaigns, and I also had my fair share in economic licenses. Overall, I would say it was a good experience.
Overall, my experience was great. I learned a lot of new stuff, especially bettering my computer skills and teamwork skills. It definitely helped me to know what to experience in the job placement program. So it definitely helped me for when I go to work, actually. So when I finish school or become whatever I want to become in the future.
My name is Michaela Sherwood. I work at the Department of Economic Licenses. What I learned in at this department is how to file, organize stuff, how to scan stuff into the system, and communication, because we had to do many calls and communicate with different clients.
Good day, my name is Adeline Illich, and I was also placed at SCDC, and my experience at SCDC was amazing. I also learned different entrepreneurship skills. I also discovered my personal entrepreneurial journey that I would like to pursue in the future. And I would definitely be joining BOP again.
So at this particular time, we are going to give a short presentation about the Community Council pilot project. So let's begin. St. Martin's socioeconomic landscape is constantly evolving because of the shifting needs of its growing population. The signs of the times suggest that every sector in our society, namely government, the private sector, and the NGO sector, are required to play a vital and proactive role to address the needs of its most vulnerable citizens. This, as you can imagine, requires resources, but most of all, it means that we have to embrace a culture of continuous learning in order to effectively deliver services, programs, and interventions to people that need it most. So, to be clear, for any organization to remain effective, it must embrace a mindset of continuous learning. Do you agree? Do you agree? Yes. Sound good. Ladies and gentlemen, the Department of Community Development, Family and Humanitarian Affairs recognizes and applauds the salient contributions of community councils as well as community-minded organizations and persons. And it is for this reason that we always strive to empower our partners to be effective in the delivery of vital programs and services. This is one of the reasons why the Community Council Pilot Project came into existence, to achieve that very goal. The project started in October 2023. And it was divided into two phases. The first phase was about gathering data, having structured interviews with community councils and representatives to get an idea of their needs, where it hurts, and their aspirations. And as a result of this research, we were able to develop the program now before you. So in better words, this pilot project was informed by the target group. It was designed in collaboration or in partnership with the target group. Because if the idea is to assist community councils and community-minded persons, of course we have to listen to them and then respond and then deliver to assist you to excel in your responsibilities. Is that correct? Excellent, excellent. So today marks the second cohort, and as you are aware, it will be divided into several segments, but we'll get into that. All right, so the objectives. So of course, the objectives of the, I touched upon that, and I had to mention also that out of the 4 councils that completed, 2 out of the 4 councils completed the cycle the last time. But this year, we are extremely confident that everyone that registered will successfully complete this training. You don't look convinced at all. Huh? You don't look convinced at all. Because we have to do this together. The more persons, the more organizations that are able to successfully complete this program, right, is the more chance we have in order to attain those very ambitious goals that was just announced by the minister. All right? So as they would say, to whom much is given? I don't believe. I can do better than that. Much is required. Thank you very much. So the objectives are as follows: to build capacity, to empower community councils, to provide trainings, assist with the establishment of the NGO or the community council, collaborate on people-driven initiatives, and of course, I may add, to strengthen the relationship between the ministry, between the Department of Community Development and your organization, which is so extremely vital.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah. Your social and health insurances.
24/7 TV programming on www.stmartinmediacenter.com, SXM Daily News, PBS NewsHour, Now You Know, comm programs, documentary, entertainment, sports events, Saturday children's hours, religion programs, and movies. Click on SXM TV broadcast to see your favorite programs.
Long term, I won't say short term, but I would say long term.
Yeah, the goal, the main goal
Yes.
is for Charlotte Brookson Academy to actually be what it had been envisioned to be when it was founded. I had the uncanny, or you could say divine, it just happened that I was the minister at the time when they requested their permit to have the different type of high school, and I approved it wholeheartedly. I saw what the arts could do. I knew what it had done in my life, sports and arts to be exactly, because sports also plays a big role in even the CBA. And I saw the vision, and that's one of the main reasons I came back. It's because I knew what it was meant to be. And so priority is us getting our own, you mentioned it, our own place. And as they would say just recently, on Friday the 18th, I had a meeting with the Minister of Education where we were able to agree on some possibilities, which I told the board we should be able to do this within the year, in terms of moving from the Phillipsburg area, having an alternative. And that was, it seems very much possible now that I've spoken to the minister. She's also on board in terms of seeing Charlotte Brookson be what it was meant to be. So that's my goal, to realize the vision of the founders. I honor Charlotte Brookson herself, but of course her granddaughter, Juliana Augusti, and Mrs. Bell. They were the ones that convinced me back then of what this could be. And so with their blessing, which I did get, I am going to do my utmost with the team we have and building on the team we have to achieve that for our students. And in fact, maybe set a trend or a new norm for St. Martin where we're success driven. I don't know how else to say it, because I feel like a lot of times our education system looks like it's failure driven. You don't make it, you're off. Move to a next level, go down. You're constantly holding children to a standard, students to a standard, and if they don't meet it, then you're no good. So the self-esteem of a lot of our students is shot. And so I'm aiming to be more success oriented. So what do we need to do to create our system? It's an academic school as well. So it's comparable to St. Martin Academy, St. Dominic, and Havo, MPC. So academic, so that when you're done, you can go to college. And if that's our goal, and the majority of our students, would want to go either to the US or to Europe, I'm going to ensure that they're able to do that.
Okay. Good.
So we're going to take them from where they are to where they need to be. And the goal at that time was 6 years of high school. So 2 years of a junior high and 4 years of a high school. Right now, it's lower school is 2 years and upper school is 3. As you know, it's 5 under the CXC system because they were forced in that area. And I'm going to try and segue back to 6 years.
Okay. You said you met with the Minister of Education, so because the plan was to build an adequate school. How close are you to actually, finalizing a deal for foreign investors to help build an adequate school? Because the money has to come from somewhere, so I think it's going to have to come from foreign investors.
I'm not aiming for adequate.
Okay.
Adequate just sounds too basic for me, especially with what we're having. We do have, I don't want to divulge too much, but there is a school that should become usable for us within this year, hopefully. I'm aiming for January, I told the minister. Of course, there are certain things. It's an existing school, but it's being temporarily used. And by me saying that, many would understand already where that is. But there's also property attached to it that was intended for a high school, public high school. And because I come from public, I know all these things. So I'm lobbying. I'm going to publicly state it because it was said back then as well. With that school, it would be a good start. We can continue from where we are and then use the property next door to be able to expand into what we would want as a performing arts school with everything that is needed for that.
Okay.
So those opportunities exist. There were 2 or 3 options on the table, but I feel like this is the most feasible one to get Charlotte Brookson out of Phillipsburg as soon as possible and then into a more conducive area for learning. First of all, create a level of comfort for the existing students and then show the rest of them what it can be once we've built. So we have a plan. The plan that they had for the physical space was not for that location. So it wasn't finalized yet. So we have an opportunity within this year to finalize the physical plans. And we will start talking to different entities to see how we will be able to fund getting that school built. We have a few people on board. We have a liaison or a partnership with Bowie State University. And I want to thank all who were responsible for that in the previous managements, boards, etc. They are continuing to work with us. We're also building relationship with other schools, including high schools in the U.S. And I'm going to be going in early August to visit Bowie as well as some high schools, ensure that we can get our curriculums aligned so that we're properly preparing our students for the possibility to continue with a fine arts degree, if that is their goal.
Involving the father and son that came to the government building a few weeks ago. I think you had told Parliament that this matter is being handled. Since my colleague here was a minister, I wrote umpteen amongst the stories about this case because we all know it's going in its 11th year since we have this child that is suffering. But up to today, I spoke to the father up to this morning. He's still here and still doesn't know exactly when he can be transferred to Holland. My information is telling me also that the St. Martin Medical Center that is culpable in this whole situation with the child with malpractice, whatever, is not even cooperating to give a referral letter for this child. Can you share as much information as you can? I know it's a private case, but if you can share some information with us.
Yes. Maybe the deal that has been made between SZV, myself as Prime Minister, and the Minister of VSA, because after that incident, as Prime Minister, I say, this is not good what is going on here. So I called in all stakeholders, being the father, SZV, the Minister of ESA, and myself. We sat on the table and we discussed what has to happen for this child. And I do believe that we are still on track with the organization for this child to go to the Netherlands. As you said, it's many years ago that this incident happened. To solve the problem for this child, it does not contribute to a solution to go back in time and start arguing what happened or what didn't happen. I'm now the Prime Minister. I'm confronted with the situation, and I agreed with all stakeholders in that meeting that the solution for this is that this child will go to the Netherlands, and everybody on the table at that particular moment agreed upon that, and at that moment I delegated it further to SZV, also the doctors involved in organizing the mission for the child to get to the Netherlands were also on the table that day. So in principle, we are working on it for this child to get to the Netherlands. And coincidentally, as I told you, that I started working Monday, but as you know, after a few weeks not in office, I came back. I got a lot of things pending. And one of the homeworks that I had for myself is to ask the Minister of ESA personally for an update, but I didn't get on the moment to get that opportunity to ask him what about child, that child that was a topic of the community recently. Maybe I can give you the guarantee, as long as I am here, this child is going to the Netherlands.
Are you SZV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SZV is cardless. Request your My SZV account today and enter the virtual office of SZV. Go to szv.sx and sign up now.
SZV, yeah, your social health insurances.
24/7 TV programming on www.stmartinmediacenter.com, SXM Daily News, PBS NewsHour, Now You Know, Com programs, documentary, entertainment, sports events, Saturday children's hours, religion programs, and movies. Click on SXM TV broadcast to see your favorite programs.
The Prime Minister's legal team has indicated it will be advancing the appeal in the matter involving Dr. Andrew Holness and the Integrity Commission. The case is again the topic of discussion following developments in the last few days. Kerry-Ann Simpson has details.
On Thursday, Supreme Court Judge Justice Althea Jarrett issued a ruling blocking the disclosure of certain files in the ongoing legal battle between Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness and the Integrity Commission. The lawsuit pertains to the Commission's investigations into Dr. Holness's statutory declarations. In a statement last night, Dr. Holness's attorneys said the court granted the claimant's application to order the IC to provide documents prepared by 3 investigators which are relevant to the investigation. It said in this regard, the court had ordered the IC to search for and disclose those documents if they exist. The team said the claimants had sought disclosure of certain documents that had been redacted in the defendant's earlier disclosures, as well as a forensic report and other material not previously disclosed. It added that in response to a previous written request for disclosure and the subsequent application, prior to the ruling, the IC and the other defendants disclosed the majority of documents requested, including the forensic report and some of the previously redacted material in unredacted form. Kerry Simpson, TVJ News.
Yeah. I call boy, come anymore.